If you're looking for an edge in business, this book is a must-read. In Tools of Titans, Tim Ferris interviews some of the most successful people in the world and gets them to reveal their secrets to success. Broken up into 3 sections, healthy, wealthy and wise, author Tim Ferris deconstructs the habits, routines and daily rituals of the world's top performers. Welcome to the Peak Performance Channel, the place where you come to be inspired to create a more prosperous future. This book is so full of information it's impossible to summarize it completely. But in this video you're going to see an animated summary, and it's packed with tons of tips, and there literally is something for everyone. So make sure you watch all the video. Take a look at the contents in the description so that you can find the parts that are going to help you the most. Let's start with healthy. You are your number one asset. Investing in your health and well-being is non-negotiable. Do not compromise on this. Ferris emphasizes the importance of exercising with the intention of improving your fitness. Never hurt yourself and don't go overboard. So many people go on an intense fitness regime only then to stop and put loads of weight on again when they stop. Build a consistent routine. Take up a sport. Join a club where you're doing something regularly. One of Ferris's guests explained that they have regular saunas post-workout. Just 20 minutes, 3 to 4 times a week at a temperature of 160 to 170 Fahrenheit can be extremely beneficial for reducing DOMS, delayed onset muscle soreness. Now, on the other end of the spectrum, Wim Hof and Tony Robbins are avid followers of cold therapy and use it as a tool to improve their immunity, mood and increase their fat loss. All the problems I have in the daily world subside when I do cold exposure. Wim Hof is an expert in cold therapy and takes it to radical extremes. However, Ferris recommends you start small. When in the shower, end your shower 30 to 60 seconds of pure cold water. Then gradually increase the time spent under cold water. Ferris's book emphasizes the importance of drinking water. You need to drink a lot of water every day to be healthy, and he recommends adding a pinch of salt to your water to help you stay hydrated. Now make sure you smash that like button and hit the subscribe and notification button if you haven't already done so, as it means that YouTube sends you more of these kind of videos and it helps our channel as well. Wealthy. Peter Thiel, a billionaire, likes to ask himself and others how they can achieve their goals in 10 years in just 6 months. What can you do in the next 6 months to help you reach your 10-year goals? If someone was threatening you and said you had to do it in that time period, what would you do? Investors. Tony Robbins analysed how successful investors behave. He found 4 patterns among them. Number 1, people who are successful in business always think about what could go wrong. They plan for it. Before you enter into any business opportunity or investment, ask yourself what the downside is and how you can be protected against it. Number 2, they're also interested in taking as little risk as possible to achieve the best results. This doesn't mean they're only interested in huge rewards with high risks. Number 3, making good investment decisions is important. But it's also important to know that you're going to make some bad decisions sometimes. That's why it's a good idea to spread your money around and invest in different things. That way, if one investment doesn't work out, you still have others that might. Number 4, Robbins found that all of the millionaires he studied were passionate about giving and being generous. They were not tight-fisted or overly frugal. Key strategy number 1. Find really smart people and add value. This one comes from the legendary investor Chris Soka, estimated net worth $1.2 million. If you're starting out, go to as many high-level meetings as possible. Try to find a way to add value so that they'll let you stay. Chris did this when he was at Google. He would show up at all kinds of meetings, even ones with the founders, and take notes for them. His goal was to find smart people and establish connections with them. This is a powerful idea. If you want to move up in life, find ways to give value to other people. It's an awesome way to get closer to your goals. Adding value is a good way to make things happen for you. People will start to see you as someone who is helpful, someone who gets things done. You'll also be known as someone who does not waste time. This is a sharp contrast to the career bureaucrat who just wants to keep their job and do the least possible. Ultimately, that is what moves you forward. Key strategy number 2, use your perceived flaws as an asset. And this comes from the man himself, the Terminator, Arnold Schwarzenegger. And he didn't break into Hollywood by trying to be like everyone else. He broke into Hollywood by being unapologetically, even aggressively himself. He refused to change his name or his accent. He wanted to be different from all the other people who were trying to sell something similar. He wanted to be unique and special. And that's what he did, even though people told him it wouldn't work. If you want to be successful, you need to ignore the naysayers and do your own thing. If you want to be yourself, you have to be brave and ignore the people who doubt you. You also need to do something new that nobody has done before. This will capture people's imagination. In this game, it's especially important to stand out from the noise in today's hyper-social, ultra-connected world. You can do this by being yourself. And it's also important to listen to the market, but don't listen to the naysayers. It can be hard to change your approach when the market is telling you that it doesn't want what you're selling. But if you're willing to listen and make changes, you'll be more successful. You have to be willing to change and adapt. But you also need to stay true to yourself. Ignore the people who say you're going to fail. If it's not working at first, don't give up. So listen to the market. Ignore the naysayers. Wise. Being mentally tough, Stan McChrystal, who's retired from the US Army, and he's passionate about the ability people have to develop mental toughness. He explains that there are 3 practices that he believes will help anyone. First, you need to push yourself harder than ever before. Do things that you didn't think were possible. Second, get into situations with other people where you share difficulties and discomfort. And third, establish fear and make people overcome it. Jocko Willink has some advice for being tougher. He says that if you want to be tougher, then just be tougher. The first step is making the decision to be tougher and then following through. To start, do something tough that you don't usually do. If you take the lift instead of walking upstairs, try walking. Perfectionism. One of the key messages can be summed up as follows. Imperfect action is far better than perfect inaction. Striving for perfectionism can actually be paralyzing, as by definition you'll never, ever be perfect. In the pursuit of perfection, you might not finish anything because it might not be perfect. So what's the other option? To do nothing at all. It can prevent you from living, leads to low self-esteem and unhealthy relationships. Don't pursue perfectionism. No one's perfect and you shouldn't want to be. So here are some of the key takeaways from this amazing book. Your body is your number 1 asset. Make sure you take care of it with regular exercise. Check out Tony Robbins' 4 Patterns of Wealth. Spend time with smart people and add value. Develop mental toughness and work hard. And don't let perfectionism paralyze you. Thank you for being all ears throughout the entire video. To create is effort, to copy is genius. Albert Einstein. If you want to expand your income by building an online income, feel free to contact me, so we'll get things moving right away. Remember, if you want to change your life, let's make a change together. You need to make a change.